The vitamins you take or don't take could be the reason that your energy is crashing, your bone mineral density is plummeting, and your immune system is taking strain. Most female runners over 45 are missing at least one critical vitamin without even realizing it. And that missing link, it could be the reason you're feeling drained, stiff, or struggling with nagging injuries. But here's the good news. Fixing it is simple. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 essential vitamins female runners can't afford to ignore. These aren't just nice to have nutrients. They directly impact your energy, your recovery, and even your injury risk. And trust me, the last one on this list, most runners completely overlook it, and it could be a total game changer. Let's get into it. First up, vitamin D. If you've been feeling sluggish, struggling with muscle aches, or noticing slower recovery after your runs, low vitamin D could be the culprit. Vitamin D is the backbone of strong bones and powerful muscles, and without enough of it, you're at much higher risk of stress fractures and overall fatigue. Here's the problem. As you age, your body's ability to absorb and produce vitamin D naturally declines. And if you're not getting enough from sunlight or food, you're likely running on empty. Studies show that runners with low vitamin D levels are more prone to bone injuries, inflammation, and even weaker muscles. And yet, up to 50% of adults, especially women, are vitamin D deficient. And even at that rate, I personally believe that most, if not all females going through menopause should at least get their vitamin D tested because that rate is so high. Just remember that too much vitamin D is actually toxic. So what is the fix? Most runners should aim for vitamin D daily. We're aiming for around 15 micrograms or 600 international units, depending on where someone is and how much sun exposure they are getting. In terms of sun exposure, it's difficult to generalize this given different adaptations to the synthesis of vitamin D in different people. But the general recommendation is 5 to 20 minutes of sun exposure between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. to large parts of your body. The literature recommends that this is done without an SPF or sunblock protection. However, we are all well aware of the risks of skin cancer, so please be careful of this and minimize that direct sunlight exposure. Vitamin D is naturally available in a few foods, things like the flesh of fatty fish and fish liver oil. But if you're low on those, a supplement is often the best way to make up for what you're missing, because often the amount of food is not always enough or effective. And if you perhaps live in the northern hemisphere, your sun exposure may not always be enough as well. Next, let's talk about vitamin C, the repair crew for your muscles and your joints. For runners in particular, it's important to understand that you'll be burning and sweating through essential vitamins and minerals more so than sedentary individuals. And vitamin C isn't stored in your body, so you should always make sure that you get enough to consume every single day in order to keep your levels topped up, whether that's through the foods that you eat or by supplementing your diet with a high-quality vitamin C tablet. In a research study done in Helsinki, participants were broken into 2 groups, an active group and a sedentary group. All of the volunteers were given a dose of vitamin C before assessing its impact on their health. While the results showed no effect on the sedentary participants, the research did show that it halved the risk of catching a cold among people in hard training. And among those who did catch a cold and were treated with vitamin C, most of those managed to shake off that cold twice as fast. Vitamin C also increases iron absorption. Iron is needed for the body's overall metabolism and, really importantly, the oxygen transportation to function properly. And so, as you can already see, it is very important when it comes to runners. Iron, however, is one of the most common vitamin deficiencies, especially when it comes to women. Common signs of those deficiencies include shortness of breath, poor endurance, and fatigue. Please don't self-diagnose yourself with low iron. Always get that tested by a physician because an excess of iron is also toxic. Sources of vitamin C mainly come from fruits and vegetables. So citrus fruits, tomatoes, red and green peppers, kiwi fruits, broccoli, strawberries, Brussels sprouts, and cantaloupe are all really good sources. If you are not getting enough of that, you can get vitamin C in a supplement source, and we're aiming for around 30 to 100 to 80 milligrams per day. And if you are a smoker, you need an extra 35 milligrams per day as well. Vitamin C is a powerhouse for recovery. It fights inflammation, it speeds up healing, and it plays a critical role in collagen production, which is the stuff that keeps your joints, tendons, and ligaments strong. And if you're a female runner over 45, you need even more of it. Now here's where things get interesting. Vitamin B, the energy generator. If you're constantly feeling drained, even on days you're not running, low vitamin B could be to blame. Vitamin B plays a huge role in converting food into energy, powering every single cell in your body, including your muscles, during a run. Here's what happens when your vitamin B levels dip too low. You feel constantly fatigued, even after a full night's sleep. Your muscles don't recover as quickly, making every run feel harder. Your metabolism slows down, making it easier to gain weight and harder to lose it. And here's the kicker. If you're eating a plant-based or low-calorie diet, you're at even more risk of a vitamin B deficiency. So, how much do you need? Most female runners should aim for a vitamin B complex supplement with at least 2.4 micrograms of vitamin B12 and enough B6 and folate to support energy metabolism. Vegans and vegetarians are particularly at a higher risk of vitamin B12 deficiency, as it's not generally found in plant-based foods. But regular runners can also be, because they don't necessarily consume enough foods high in B12. Get this right and you'll notice a massive difference in your stamina, recovery, and overall energy levels. Now, this last one is a game changer, but most runners never think about it. Vitamin D and K, the perfect combination. We've already spoken about how important vitamin D is for bone health, but without vitamin K, your body can't use it properly. Here's why. Vitamin K helps direct calcium into your bones where it belongs, but without it, calcium can end up in your arteries instead, which is the last thing that you want. Think of vitamin D as the delivery truck bringing calcium into your body, but vitamin K is the GPS, making sure it actually gets to your bones instead of causing problems elsewhere. And for runners over 45, this matters even more. You want strong bones, not stiff arteries. So instead of just taking vitamin D alone, look for a vitamin D3 plus K2 combo supplement, because together they work far better than vitamin D alone. Now let's recap. Vitamin D for strong bones and better muscle function. Vitamin C to keep your joints healthy and boost your immune function. Vitamin B for all-day energy and muscle endurance. And vitamin D plus vitamin K to make sure your body actually uses all of the calcium it absorbs. Get these right and you'll feel stronger, recover faster, and have more energy on every single run. But here's the thing, vitamins are just one piece of the puzzle. If you're over 45, there are 9 essential supplements that can completely change how you feel and recover as a female runner. Click here to watch my next video on the 9 key supplements every female runner over 45 should be taking. I'll see you there.